Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. Today I'm going to be updating a video I put out a while ago because there's been so many changes to this thing I need to make a new video. So it's going to be a long one, buckle up. Not really a way I can do a short one because there's so much information I have to give out, you can't really make this one short. It's about the Hub app. So I'm going to cover this thing from start to finish. I was recently on a ship, possibly the Radiance, and I just took tons of screen prints of everything from the Hub app. And I'm going to put it together in a little ensemble for you now I call Mick the Suit Guy's Guide to the Carnival Hub app. It's a very important app and it's very essential that you get this app. If you don't know how to use an app on a phone, have somebody show you, because I promise you your cruise will be better if you have the Hub, as you're about to find out. And if you're not going to get the Hub, I wouldn't waste your time watching this video because it'd probably be boring for you. Just being honest. Hub away. All right, are you ready? Buckle up. This is going to be a long one. I've got 83 slides to show you. Yes, that's true. But if you want to know about the Hub, you better watch all these slides because there's a lot of information to give you and it'll make your cruise a lot better, I promise. So stick with it is my recommendation. And if you think this is going to be long for you, imagine how long it took me to make this video. This is about take 23 already. Anyways, first thing you're going to do is get the Hub app on your phone. It's going to look like that logo in the top left-hand corner. You are going to get it, open it. Once you open it, it will give you these options. I'm on board, enter a booking number, log in. Obviously, I'm on board is once you get on board, and we'll cover that for most of this. But just for now, I'm going to show you what it looks like before you sail. So I'm going to enter with a booking number of my next cruise, which is going to be the Carnival Splendor, August this year. So you can share your countdown if you want to. I don't, just leave it on my phone, makes me excited. Once you do anything before, it's going to show you this screen. So it's going to say you can do shore excursions, beverage programs, etc. Now, when you click on any of those, all it's going to do before you cruise is take you to carnival.com. So you'll basically log you into your regular account and you'll do things as you normally would. So I mean, the Hub, it doesn't really have a huge amount of value before you cruise. It is once you cruise where all the fun and action begins. So basically, you're going to go to I'm on board now. So we're going to go back. We're on the ship. We've just got on. We're heading for the Red Frog to get that first free drink. Did you know first people in the Red Frog pub, not the Red Frog Bar and Lido, that if there's a Red Frog pub, first people in there get a free drink. So you're running, but you're on board now. So what are you going to do when you do that? It's going to tell you to turn airplane mode on and connect to the Wi-Fi. So once you've done that, and you've logged in, you're going to come to the home screen, which looks something like this. By the way, just a real quick tip on that turn on airplane mode. Make sure you do that before you leave. Do not leave your phone on mobile data, or data as you say in America, because you will get a massive bill if you don't do it. Just saying. So this is your main screen. If you click on that icon in the top left, it's going to come to a menu like this. And this is what I'm going to walk you through each of these. Now, there are 2 pages of these. Here's the second page. So we're going to go through all of these one by one, and I'm going to show you all the things that this Hub can do for you. So we're going to start with people. When you click on people, basically what that's saying is you can add people on the ship that are cruising with you. So I added Julie's name. If you know anybody else, you can go on there. And they have what they call a chat plan, which will cost you $5 to activate. And then you can be, basically you're texting people on the ship. Now, I will give you a heads up. I have known this work really well, and I have known it work not so well. So you have been warned. But if if Julie's working out or she's doing steps, because she has to do 10,000 steps a day, and I want to know where she is, I can just message her and she can message me back saying where she is on the ship at any given time. Really, that's what it's for. So you've got that option. You can also log into the chat plan here, and it's going to take you to that same screen, activate chat plan. So it's kind of a duplicate thing right there. There you go. Time to chat. $5 chat plan. You can accept the terms and conditions and purchase the chat. And now you're good to go. Now, next one down there is My Planner. This is linked into what's happening. But what it's going to do when you click on My Planner, you'll see this in a second when I go to what's happening. But you can select activities you want to look at. But it's also going to give you suggestions. So they're saying the debarkation presentation. This was all these screenshots I took towards the end of the cruise. So they're saying at 11 a.m., that's an important one for you to go to. It's going to remind you of your dining option and stuff like that. But also I had chosen to go to the comedy club, which I'm going to show you in a second. So it's going to show you that there. How do you get to that activity to select it, you ask yourself? Well, you're going to go to what's happening. This is your next screen. When you go into what's happening, it's going to give you a list of all the activities that are going on that day. So this starts at 3, there's a sports trivia, 3:30, guess that song, Motown. And you'll see right there, I've got a little icon saying I selected it. Now, if my fellow cruisers had selected it, like if Julie selected it, it would have a number 2 next to the figure on the right. So you can scroll through the entire day, and you can do this for every day. Once you get on board the ship, you can go ahead to every day of the cruise and see what's happening. Bear in mind, it does sometimes adjust day by day, but it will give you a good idea of what's happening. When you click on My Planner, as I showed you before, it's going to show you, what you've got set there. So you can be able to go to one place and look at all the things you asked to do in one day. Next up, we've got food and drinks. So this is going to take you through all the restaurants on the ship. It's going to show you what time they're open, what time they close. And you'll see here, open now, Sea Day Brunch, Lido Marketplace, Big Chicken, for example. Where it says Sea Day Brunch, it says check in to dine. If you're doing this between opening times, which I was, 8:30 to 12, number one, I could click on that view menu and I can see the menu. So some of these, you'll be able to see the menu, like your main dinner, steakhouse and stuff like that. If I want to check in to dine, I just click on that. And it says there, check in 2 guests. So I can select whoever I want. Julie's obviously traveling with me. So I can go in and check in for her as well. Once we've done that, we are now checked in. We checked in for Sea Day Brunch. We just sit and wait and wait. And once our table is ready, we'll get another message saying your table is ready. It gives you your table number and you are going to head to that table. And it's going to tell me right here, make your way to the restaurant. They will hold the table for 10 minutes. We're at table 521, Sunset Restaurant 3 aft. So we've got 10 minutes to get there. Once we get there, we just show them that on our phone and they will walk you to your table. It is as simple as that. So you can sit and wait until your table is ready. Again, you do this for your time dining. You do this for Sea Day Brunch and stuff like that. For the other restaurants, like the steakhouse, you'll have a set dining time that you reserved. So we're going to go continue showing you some of these. There's other options at lunch. Guy's Burger Joint, Big Chicken, Top Lido Marketplace. Again, where there's a menu available, you can click on View Menu and it's going to show you the menu. And then in the evening, there we go. I've got your time dining. You'll see it's not highlighted yet. That's because it wasn't between 5:30 and 9 at night. So I couldn't check in just yet. Like you can't check in at 4 o'clock. You have to wait until the restaurant is open before you start to check in. Bonsai Sushi, they give you a notice, a reminder that fees apply. And again, you could check the menu if you wanted to. Same thing with a steakhouse. It tells you the amount. It didn't give you an amount on the Seafood Shack, same as the Bonsai Sushi, because there's several different things on the menu that change the price. So there you go. Now, one other tip for you on the Fahrenheit Steakhouse, I find this quite a lot. When you click on make a reservation, it often says that there's nothing available. Go to the steakhouse. They usually do have stuff available. Go to see them. They're pretty much there all day. Somebody's going to be there making reservations for you. And we just continue. There's the pizzeria, there's the deli. And again, all these ones you can click on the menu and you can see what is open. Now at the bottom, you'll notice there we were going through food, but on the right-hand side, they've got drinks. So you can do the same thing with all the different bars and the cafe. You can go in here and you can check what time each one is open and closed until as we click through them. For example, there, the Red Frog Pub open 10:30 a.m. to late. Remember, that's the Red Frog Pub, not the Red Frog on Lido. Alchemy Bar open 4 till late. So you can see on any given day what time the bars are open. All right, so that covers food and drinks. Next, we're going to look at kids and teens. This is all the clubs. So it's going to give you all the different camps, Camp Ocean, ages 2 to 5, penguins, stingrays, sharks, Circle C, and Club O. You can click on each one. So right now we just clicked on penguins. It's going to show you what hours they are open for. And at the top there, you could slide along there and it will show you all the activities at what time they've got going on, who the staff director is, and all that good stuff. Stingrays, same thing. You know, so you're basically just going to click on the one that's appropriate to your children, and you can get an idea of who is doing what. And there's an extension you can call if you have any questions, and it's going to show you all the activities. Here on Circle C, they have a scavenger hunt from 2 to 3, you know, so you get the gist. It tells you the hours are open, who's able to go there, and all of that good stuff. So that is all of the kids things. If you want to look at the rules at the bottom there, you can click on Rules and Regulations View, and it's going to show you all the rules and regulations, requirements, age policies, sign-in policies, and all that good stuff. So you can check all of that stuff on the hub if you hadn't done it before you got on board. Very, very good and useful information. So that's kids and teens. Now we're going to go to photos, and I missed another perfect opportunity. I do these things all the time. I should have had somebody take a picture of me in one of my suits so I could show you what it looks like. But I'm not going to lie, one of my goals on every cruise is to never have my picture taken, because to me they cost too much money. But don't judge people. A lot of people love their photos on a cruise ship and will spend the money to get them because they are memories. And good for you. You will never hear me judge you on that, as my personal choice not to do it. But if you click on photos, what it's going to do, they have that face recognition. So every time they take a picture and it recognizes your face, it would show up on this screen. So you can select them. Now, sometimes it's quite funny because every now and then I get a picture of somebody they think is me and is nothing like me. But you can go in there and just delete those pictures if they're not you. And if the pictures come up and you don't want them, you can delete them as well. You can purchase them on here, the downloads, the digital downloads or whatever. Or you can go down to the Pixels gallery. And when you're down at the Pixels gallery, you can purchase the pictures through them as well. And you can look at them on the screens down there as well, you know, so you don't have to do this just on the hub. But at the bottom, you'll see photos, favorites, cart, and purchased. So anything you purchased, you'll be able to access on here. But remember to save it to your phone before you leave, because the hub won't be there forever. And just one quick reminder on this, don't forget the photos are there the morning of disembarkation as well. So if you forgot to get them, don't panic. You can get them right as you get off the ship as well if you wanted to. So that's Pixels. Now we're going to move on to shore excursions. Now this is good if you want the Carnival shore excursions. It's going to save you having to go to the shore excursions desk because you can buy the excursions on your hub. I left this a little bit late because I did this at the end of the cruise. So we were on the sea day. So all that was left was transportation back to the airports. But I could have booked my transportation to the airport on the last day if I wanted to. If this was at the beginning of the cruise, I could filter by each day and I could see all of the excursions available each day, go through them. And if I wanted to do one, I could buy them on my Hub app. There was no need to go to the shore excursions desk, and they would deliver the tickets to my cabin. So you can go through that whole process if you want to. I could have clicked on that transportation. I could have selected how many people and I could have paid. It would charge it to my sign and sail account, and there you go. So that's actually really good because sometimes the line of that shore excursions desk can get really, really long. So that's shore excursions. Simple but to show you, but you get the gist. If you're on a longer cruise, you can take you a while to go through them all. You can still go to the shore excursions desk, don't get me wrong. You don't have to. Next up, we have the spa. So when you look at the spa, it's going to give you loads of options. So from your massage, and it's a massage, not a massage. It's a massage. To me, anyway. I'm sure somebody's going to go in the comments and say, you said massage wrong, just like they do taco. But, you know, whatever. We were first. You decided to change it is my usual line. Anyways, if you want to book anything in the spa, and we're going to show you the salon as well, or salon, as we call it, you just click on book. So if you'd like to restyle in your lip lines for $800, feel free to do so. If you want to get rid of those crow's feet starting at $400, you can do so. You just click on book and up there you go and do it. Again, such as photos, you won't see me booking any of these, but that's just me. I don't judge. So you've also got in the salon, you've got hair services where you can do this. You can pay $169 for express blowout short to medium hair. There you go. Good. I pay $11 in local hairdressers. We're not going to go there. They got nail services. So you can do an exotic hand ritual with a manicure for $59. I don't know what a manicure is. I've never, ever had one. By the way, if you can hear a fire engine in the background or an ambulance, that's because there's one going by my house right now. Can't do anything about it. Can't do anything about it. It's not me. Don't worry. Then there's an Elemist Solo Delight Ritual with a pedicure for $69. You know, you can go through all these things, click and book. Men's services, men's wet cut and star dry for $45. Woohoo! We get it cheaper, men. We get it cheaper. And then ultimately, if you want to get a tooth whitening, $149 for a tooth whitening. And a car just drove by blasting hip hop. So if you heard that again, I can only apologize. It's live, people. It's live. What can you do? So that's all your options in the spa. Now, here's another thing we have. They call them virtual queues. What do they mean by virtual queues? Well, if you want to go to guest services, but you don't want to get into the line or the Carnival Adventures desk, that's Ashore Excursions, you can check into a queue. And it's very similar to the checking in for dinner. You know, you're basically going to check in and then you're going to confirm a check-in. And then once your place in line comes available, they're going to give you 10 minutes to get down to guest services and go to the front of the line. You've often seen those massive lines at guest services, so avoid that by doing this. Obviously, when I went on here and we didn't have the option to do the Carnival Adventures desk, that means it wasn't open at that point. So, you know, obviously the area has to be open. Guest services open 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. So at any point during that time, you should be able to check into the queue on guest services. And again, once you do that, you're going to get a message once your spot comes available and you'll have 10 minutes to get there. You'll get like an alarm on your phone, so just keep checking. So that is what they do for virtual queues, especially the guest service ones. Really good. Ship maps. If you don't know where you are going on the ship, here's what you can do. We can search by all the different decks. So this is deck 5 in the promenade on the Radiance, which is where I was on this cruise. This is where they give you a map of where everything is. You can go by a map view on the top left there, and you can go through everything here and see where everything is on different decks. Or you can go by what they call list view. So if I'm looking for example, the the casino bar or whatever, or the main show lounge, if I click on that, it's going to take me to where that is on the ship to show me the map as well. So sometimes list view is easier. Click on that list view that you're looking for, and then it's going to take you to a map view of where it is. Got it? Good. So that's ship maps. Open times. This is not for the bars. We covered that in the bars and the food. This is the opening times of everything else going on the ship. So if you want to know what time the fitness center is open, you want to know what time Sports Square is open and all that good stuff, you are just going to go to those. Pixels Gallery, Cherry on Top. So they open 9 a.m. to 11:30. And then if you want to know where it is, you click on it. Similar to what I showed you on the list view earlier, it's going to take you to a map showing you exactly where Cherry on Top is. So now you know it's open, and you can, because if you clicked on it during this time, and it tells you where it is on the ship. Very helpful, especially if you've not cruised before and you don't really know where you are going, but totally use that if you want to. We're almost there, people. We're almost there. We're on to a good to know now. So good to know. You're going to have all these different, it's like a FAQ, if you like. So if you want to go and click on laundry services, it'll give you some information on your laundry services. There'll be a bag in your room. You can fill it up with laundry, give it to your room steward. They will take it off, get it cleaned, and bring it back to you. If you want to check the medical center services opening times, you can click on medical center and it will give you all the opening times for the different days when they are open. Obviously, if there's an emergency, it would be different. So you just call 911 from any ship phone for an emergency. But if you need to go to the medical center and it's not an emergency, these are the times that you will be able to go depending on the days. Got it? Good. Right, so there's your good to know. Basically, like I said, it's an FAQ. Safety on board. So here you go. You know you have to do your muster station as soon as you get on board. We were muster station C, so we've done it, so it showed completed. So you can check on this where your muster station is once you log in, if you don't already know, but it will also show in your sign and sail card. You can view in the ship map where your muster station is. As always, I just clicked on it and it took me here, and there in the green at the top is where my muster station is. On the Radiance, almost all the muster stations, if not all of them, are on deck 4, which is where the lifeboats are, logically. And then you can watch a little video on how to put your life jacket on, and then it'll give you an example of what the emergency signal sounds like. If you hear 7 short blasts and 1 long one, it's an emergency. Go to your muster station. So that's a brief safety on board. Yeah, you probably won't look at that, but it's nice, to know it's there. Account summary. This is one of the biggest ones we have. So I'd say the food and the drink and the account summary are the two biggest ones. This is where you can go and check what you have spent on the phone. Now, bear in mind, if you are the main cruiser, so if there's two of you in the cabin, whoever is number one on the cabin, when you book in, will be able to view both accounts on board. If you are the secondary cruiser, like number 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, you will only see your own. So I'm number 1, so I can see total charges and everything like that. So I can see Julie's and mine if we're on there. So what it's going to do, everything that you spend, every time you spend money on the ship, or you use your sign and sail card, it's going to show you what it is that you bought. Now, if you're not sure, obviously this is Cheers package for me, and it shows when I gave an additional gratuity. That's when you write the gratuity on, so it goes to the actual bartender that served you. But if I want to know what any of these are, I can just click on them just with my finger, and it's going to break it down, and it's going to show me that on Wednesday, June the 1st at 10:30 p.m., I bought a Red Stripe in the Cheers Red Frog pub bar. And it cost me $7.50, but Cheers wiped it off to $0, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you did this in a US port, you're going to pay tax on top of that. If I'd paid the additional tip, it would have showed the $5 in there. Obviously, there's no tip showing on here because Cheers includes the tip, so you would only pay the extra tip if you wrote it on. You can do that for everything on that account summary. So if I went through that further, if I bought anything on board, if anything posted, I can see every single thing that I paid on that sign and sail card. I can click on it to get a breakdown of what it was. So if you see anything strange on there that you weren't aware of, go straight to guest services, show it to them, and they can look at it for you. So that account summary is very big. Again, the biggest thing to remember is if you are the number 1 person in the cabin, you will see both. If you are the number 2 person in the cabin, you will only see yours. So bear that in mind. Internet pack. Well, feedback, you can just fill in some feedback. That's pretty basic. I didn't even show you that one. Internet packages. If you have a plan, you would click on that and you would log in with your folio number and your date of birth and log in. You can buy a plan or you can use a voucher. And then there's also on this particular page, if you didn't have the app, there's the Hub app, there's a free download, which is a little bit confusing to me because if you don't have the Hub app, how are you looking on the Hub? But we are going to leave that one there. I'd love to know how that works, but one of those things that just confuses me. There are several free sites that you can access while you're on board if you don't have the internet plan, and they are listed there. So Carnival Cruise Line, Carnival Players Club, Go CCL, if you're not sure what that is the website us travel agents use to make bookings on Carnival. So it's a mirror to the Carnival's website for us, so we can go and do that. So all of those things there you can get for free access. Other than that, you have to have an internet plan to be able to get to where you want to go, and it's going to give you the prices. You can do it for 24 hours, you can do it for the whole cruise. So this is the premium. Then you have the social plan and you have the value plan. We always get the value plan, and bear in mind in advance it is quite a lot cheaper. So I would strongly recommend getting your internet plan in advance. We only get it for one of us and then we share it. I think the most common conversation we have on a cruise is, can I kick you out? And it doesn't mean kick you out the cabin. Well, sometimes it does, but most of the time it just means, can I kick you out the internet? So we share one. So when you purchase it online before the cruise, it will give you both names and it will show them both checked. But you can uncheck one and just buy it in the name of one person. You can both use it. It's okay. But much cheaper for the internet packages if you want it for the whole cruise to do it in advance. Just a heads up. So there's your internet packages. Now under settings, it gives you a lot more information. It will give you all the details on the Cheers program, what it includes and all that good stuff. So you can see a lot more information. Why this is under settings, I don't know, but it basically has program rules that you can look down there. So just one of those things that is on program settings. You can look at all these different rules. And there's also a facial recognition box on there where you can take your picture for the facial recognition to find all your photos. But that should have been done when you got on board. So I really wouldn't worry about that one too much. However, if you want to, feel free to do it. But you just skip because you kind of did that before you got on board the ship. And then there's a terms and conditions that on the facial recognition that you allow Carnival to do that. So if you don't want them to use it, decline it. All right, how's that? There's your Hub app for you in one go. So if you followed that, good for you. If you didn't, watch it again. Anyway, I'm worn out now, so I'll hand you back to me. Lot of that, wasn't there? Lot to take in. Might want to watch it 4 or 5 times. I'll get extra views that way. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. Carnival Hub, very, very important app. Probably one of the better apps out there when you work out the value of what you can get from that thing to make your cruise so much better. There's so many things that you can use the hub for to make your cruise better. So I can't recommend it, say good things about it enough. I don't think there's anything really bad about it. I think of all the apps out there, of all the different apps, of all the different things, of all the different types of travel, shopping, whatever, you name it, it's probably one of the more comprehensive and better ones. So download the hub when you cruise, make sure you have it. And make sure you put your phone on airplane mode before you leave. Don't leave it on mobile data or you will get crushed. It's going to be one of my tips on a Monday, but it kind of goes links with the hub. Anyway, subscribe as always. Every time you watch these videos, you're sick of me saying it, but I'd love you to subscribe. I'd love you to email me if you have any questions. I'd love you to submit any tips for me for my weekly tip page, my weekly tip video, and I'm here for you. I may not always know the answer, and you may not always like my answer, but I'll give you whatever answer I can. And with that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime, cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, mick@elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.